back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm very happy to have you here. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a very exciting new release for you guys. Today I'm going to review for you guys Tom Ford's latest fragrance release, Soleil Brulant. Before we get to the review, you guys, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button. When you click that, it should turn from red to gray. That's how you know you've subscribed, if you haven't subscribed already. And then ring that notification bell so they will notify you every time I upload. Otherwise, you just won't see my videos, you guys. So I appreciate it if you could go ahead and subscribe if you already watch my videos. That way you will never miss anything from me. So let's get right to it. So you guys, this one is different, to say the least. I have a lot of thoughts on this fragrance, very mixed feelings. More like strong feelings than mixed feelings, I guess. But yeah, this is a different one from any other Tom Ford that I've gotten my nose on. Soleil Brulant means burning sun in French. So this was obviously a fragrance that was designed for the summertime, a bright fragrance. That's what I had in mind. This is definitely different from what I pictured it would be. You know, looking at the notes and the bottle, the idea I had in my head about this fragrance was that it would be this bright yet slightly sweet, kind of slightly gourmand, you know, kind of a summer appropriate, slightly with a slight hint of gourmand, floral, bright fragrance with some bright notes in it. So that's kind of what I expected it to be. That's not what it turned out to be. So let me show you the packaging. So this is the packaging, you guys. It is the typical Tom Ford private line packaging with, you know, gold, because the bottle is gold. Now watch the bottle. Oh my God, the bottle is to die for, you guys. Look at that beauty. It's like this reflective gold that looks like a gold bar. I mean, to be quite honest, you guys, I bought this fragrance mostly for the bottle, and I expected that the juice would be fabulous too, but like I said, I'm gonna get to it here in a second. It's not what I expected it to be. So gorgeous, stunning bottle. By the way, it's a fingerprint magnet. You know, you will get a lot of fingerprints on it. You're gonna have to wipe it quite often to keep it nice and shiny. I can see my face in it. It's very reflective. This was released with a bunch of other like Soleil products, like this lip balm here. This is what I'm wearing on my lips with something else. So yeah, this was released with a bunch of other like items. And yeah, this is supposed to be a fragrance for the summertime with that same Soleil DNA, like Soleil Blanc and the other Soleil fragrances. This is supposed to have the same DNA, and it does, but there are other thoughts that I want to share with you guys. So let me start by spraying it on my skin, and we will go from there. There's that opening. And there it is. There is that thing. That thing that bites. Guys, this fragrance has a note in it that bites. It just jumps out at you. To me, I'm not a fan of that note in here, and I have a pretty good idea which one is doing that. So where do I start? Okay, so you spray this fragrance, and this has very normal, okay, no, when I say normal, I mean, this has very popular, I guess, top notes that you all know and love and have in many of your fragrances that you have in your collection, like mandarin orange, bergamot, and pink pepper. There's nothing different and weird about those notes. Those are notes we've all smelled before, and they smell fabulous, especially in the opening. Smells fantastic. But here's the problem. I just sprayed it. I could only smell those top notes, mandarin orange, bergamot, and pink pepper, for 10 seconds. Not even. like seconds when I spray it, like when you first spray it, the, you know, like the mist goes all over, those little droplets of the perfume, you can, you know, they land on you and you can smell that fresh burst of the opening. 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds it lasts. You can very briefly smell the top notes, which are beautiful, and you're like, oh, this is grand. Then you're like, So after those, I don't know, 5 to 10 seconds of smelling those gorgeous top notes, that thing that bites jumps out at you and overpowers everything else. I will get to the rest of the story, the middle notes and the base notes, and what I think is making this fragrance very different here in a second. But I want to first spray this on a blotter card and talk to you. There's that opening. There's the fresh opening still. And there it is. So guys, this one is a very amber dominant fragrance. Amber is a beautiful fragrance note, as you guys know. Usually amber is great with other base notes like vanilla and stuff. But in this fragrance, because of that thing that bites, that one note, which I will get to here, somehow the amber in it kind of makes that weird note even more accentuated. I guess accentuates that weird note even more. And there are other base notes that are contributing to it, and I will get to that here in a second. Amberiness and citrus are the two top dominant accords in this fragrance. There's woodiness. So those are what you get the most. Amber, citrus, and woodiness. That's really what this fragrance is. But you also have a honey accord in here, white floral, and fresh spicy accord with fresh spiciness. It's a very aromatic, animalic, and leather as well. So there's a leather accord here. I'll get to that in a second, and that's the other thing that's contributing to that odd note being very strong. So like I said, you guys, this opens with those beautiful bergamot, mandarin orange, and pink pepper. Beautiful opening, and you're like, ah, and then you're like, oh, what's that? There's this thing that bites that kind of goes right up your nose, kind of, you know, kind of gets you. So after that 10 seconds of the opening notes, you smell that thing that bites. It smells like very kind of mentholy almost, you know, like those like balms they have the east side of the world, like tiger balm and stuff that you put on your temples for like headaches and stuff, or balms for pain that you like Bengay and stuff. Like I can't actually remember what Bengay smells like. Something very medicinal balm like, with a little bit of like mentholiness that you get in those medicinal balms. That's the thing that bites, and I am pretty sure what it is. It's in the base, but even though it's in the base, it sort of jumps out right after the top notes, right as the top notes come out, sort of jumps out and kind of overpowers everything in the middle and in the base, I feel. Well, there are base notes that are contributing to it. So in the middle, you get orange blossom and honey. And when I saw orange blossom and honey in the middle, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a gorgeous, bright, you know, summer fragrance with that slight hint of gourmand from honey. You know, honey can be very sexy. You know, you get honey in, for example, Scandal. That's very sexy. Orange blossom is a very beautiful, you know, citrus floral that is gorgeous, you know, that are in so many fragrances. So honey and orange blossom would be a really great pair, and I expected to smell those notes a lot more. But that base, the base kind of eats everything else up. The base with that weird note. So let me now get to the base. So there is a resin in the base. It doesn't say what the resin is, but there is a resin in the base that has a medicinal quality. That is the thing that bites in this fragrance. And that medicinal resin combined with that amber that leather, woody notes, vetiver and olibanum is creating a very sort of medicinal woody base in this fragrance. Usually vetiver, woody notes, amber, all those, like even olibanum, all that really go well with other slightly maybe sweeter ones like vanilla, for example. I feel like if they took this resin that's kind of medicinal in here, that's giving that mentholish vibes. So if they had taken that medicinal mentholy resin out of this composition and added something like benzoin that's very much like vanillic, has a vanillic scent to it, vanilla-like. If they had added something like that, that added a touch of sweetness with those, you know, amberiness, the woody notes, with the vetiver, with the earthiness, I feel this would have been what we expected it to be. You know, with that orange blossom honey in the middle, that brightness that this fragrance was aspiring to be. So I feel like, you guys, it's a sort of love-hate relationship with this fragrance. Love because I can smell those beautiful top notes for a brief few seconds there, and then there's that honey and orange blossom which I can smell, but very, very faintly. I can smell the honey, but I barely get the orange blossom, but I get the honey, so it's kind of nice and sweet there. There's slight bit of sweetness, but I feel like maybe this fragrance could have used a little bit, a touch more sweet in the base. That would have maybe complemented the rest of the notes, like I said, if it had been benzoin instead of that weird resin. I think it would have been better, you know, anything else but that resin. I really would love to know what that resin is. They're not specifying what the resin is, but I am quite certain it's a, you know, resins and balsams can be weird, you know, like they can really complement, like pearl balsam can be really gorgeous in the base notes, but depends on what you're mixing with, depends on the composition. And I feel like this is a miss. They, not only is it a miss, but I feel like they missed a perfect opportunity to have put out this amazing, bright, sunny fragrance for the summertime with a slight hint of, you know, sweetness and sexiness. Like I said, it's Soleil Brulant. That means burning sun. I feel happy when I look at this bottle with that gorgeous, gorgeous gold bottle, that bright, sunny sort of Soleil DNA. You know, that's in here, but it's being overpowered. The Soleil DNA, like in Soleil Blanc, if they had used that a little bit more in here with that brightness, with that sexy touch, you know, like it could have used a little bit more. Maybe this could have used a touch of freshness, and that would have made it kind of interesting too. But even, you know, I could have lived without the freshness if it had a little bit more of a bright sunniness from that amber and stuff, but with a touch of sweetness from something borderline gourmand. And, you know, it's still summer appropriate. I don't know. I feel like Tom Ford missed the mark with this one. It is not a love for me. I'm just being honest. Tom Ford lovers out there, don't feel offended. I love, love, love Tom Ford fragrances. I have many that I just love and adore. You guys know I die hard love Tom Ford Lost Cherry. I love Rose Prick, you know, Soleil Blanc. There are so many beautiful fragrances from this house, but unfortunately, this juice inside is not as gorgeous as the bottle, which I expected it to be. In fact, it gives me kind of a headache. Like it's giving me a headache now that I'm getting whiffs of it and I'm starting to get a slight kind of headache feeling. It's almost something you kind of feel annoyed by, I guess. Like, and that's not what you want in a fragrance. You want to feel happy, sexy. You want to feel like $1,000,000, right? And I feel like this is a miss for me, unfortunately. And there's something beautiful about this as well, but there's that annoying thing that bites in there that's basically ruining this fragrance. I'm just being 100% honest. You get nothing but an honest review from me, you guys, and I wanted to love this fragrance so much. Guys, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this in my collection. I might give it away. I don't know. But it's not something that I want to keep. But I'm almost tempted to keep it just for the bottle, you guys. But it's a lot of money, $350 for this tiny thing. It is a lot of money to just not be using it and just keep for the bottle. $350 for just the bottle is not enough. I am very tempted though to keep it just for the bottle, and I really wanted to love this fragrance because look at this bottle. It's so pretty. I love shiny things. And Tom Ford also has a silver bottle like this. I forget which fragrance that is. I'll put it up here. I feel really sad that I can't keep this in my collection, and that it annoys me. It gives me a headache, and that thing that bites, it just kind of doesn't go away. It sort of starts right after the first 10 seconds and it stays through, overpowers. It's basically like you can smell the opening notes for 10 seconds and it jumps straight from there to the base and skips the middle almost. You can barely smell that honey. You can almost not smell the orange blossom. Kind of skips over the middle and jumps straight to that base, to that weird resin, I feel like. And that's what's overpowering the entire fragrance from top to bottom. This is very much a unisex fragrance. I would say almost leaning a little more to the masculine side. Some guys might really like this fragrance. And I don't see a lot of the ladies loving this fragrance. Those are my thoughts on this fragrance, you guys. It's unfortunate. Really wanted to keep it for this bottle. This is Tom Ford Soleil Brulant, or Soleil Brulant. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I know it's not what you expected, and it's not what I expected, but you know, sometimes you get misses, you guys. A lot of the times I love a lot of the fragrances that I buy. This was a blind buy for me. I bought it from Sephora, and you know what? It's not what I expected it to be. But I hope you enjoyed my review. Please let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I always love to hear from you guys. Did you guys want this fragrance? Do you plan to buy it? What do you think about what I said? And have you heard anything different from what I said? Do you have any thoughts on this fragrance overall? Please let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell so that you will not miss any of my videos, you guys, because YouTube has a new thing. If you don't ring that notification bell, if you don't subscribe, they're not going to push my videos to you. So you guys, I will see you in my next video.